thought the king had more affected the Duke of Albany than Cornwall.
It did always seem so to us, but now in the division of the kingdom it appears not which of the dukes he values most.
Is not this your son, my lord?
His breeding hath been in my charge, but I have so often blushed to acknowledge him that now I'm braced to it.
I cannot conceive you.
This young fellow's mother could, whereupon she grew round, wombed, and had indeed a son for her cradle, ere she had a husband for her bed. Do you smell a fault?
I cannot wish the fault undone, the issue of it being so proper.
But I have a son by order of law, who yet is no dear in my account. Though this knave came something saucily into the world before he was sent for, yet his mother was fair. Ooh, there was some good sport in her making. And now the whoreson must be acknowledged. Know you this noble gentlewoman, Edmund?
No, my lord.
My lady of Kent. Remember her hereafter as my honorable friend.
My service to your ladyship.
I must love you and so to know you better.
Ma'am, I shall study, deserving.
He hath been out some 9 years, and away he shall again. Here comes the king.
Attend the lords of France and Burgundy, Gloucester.
Aye, my good lord.
Meantime, we shall express our darker purpose. Give me the map there. Know that we have divided in 3 our kingdom, and 'tis our fast intent to shake all cares and business from our age, conferring them on younger strengths, while we, unburdened, crawl toward death. Our son of Cornwall, and you, our no less loving son of Albany, we have this hour a constant will to publish our daughters' several dowers, that future strife may be prevented now. The princes, France and Burgundy, great rivals in our youngest daughter's love, long in our court have made their amorous sojourn, and here are to be answered. Tell me, my daughters, since we have divested us both of rule, interest of territory, cares of state, which of you shall we say doth love us most, that we our largest bounty may extend, where nature doth with merit challenge? Goneril, our eldest born, speak first.
Sir, I love you more than word can wield the matter, dearer than eyesight, space, and liberty, beyond what can be valued rich or rare, no less than life with grace, health, beauty, honor, as much as child loved or father found, a love that makes breath poor and speech unable. Beyond all manner of so much, I love you.
Of all these bounds, even from this line to this, we make thee lady. To thine and Albany's issues be this perpetual. What says our second daughter, our dearest Regan, wife of Cornwall? Speak.
Sir, I am made of that self-metal as my sister, and prize me at her worth. In my true heart, I find she names my very deed of love, only she comes too short. That I profess myself an enemy to all other joys which the most precious square of sense professes, and find I am alone felicitate in your dear Highness's love.
To thee and thine hereditary ever remains this ample third of our fair kingdom, no less in space, validity, or pleasure than that conferred on Goneril. And now, our joy, although our last and least, to whose young love the vines of France and milk of Burgundy strive to be interest. What can you say to draw a third more opulent than your sisters? Speak.
Nothing, my lord.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing will come of nothing. Speak again.
Unhappy that I am, I cannot heave my heart into my mouth. I love your majesty according to my bond, no more nor less.
How, Cordelia? Mend your speech a little, lest you may mar your fortunes.
My lord, you have begot me, bred me, loved me. I return those duties back as are right fit, obey you, love you, and most honor you. Why have my sisters husbands when they say they love you all? Happily, when I shall wed, that lord whose hand must take my plight shall carry half my love with him, half my care and duty.
But goes thy heart with this?
Aye, my good lord.
So young and so untender?
So young, my lord, and true.
Let it be so. Thy truth then be thy dower, for by the sacred radiance of the sun, from whom we do exist and cease to be, here I disclaim all my paternal care, propinquity and property of blood, and as a stranger to my heart and me, hold thee from this forever.
Good, my liege.
Peace, Kent. Hence, and avoid my sight. Cornwall and Albany, with my 2 daughters' dowers, digest the third. Let pride, which she calls plainness, marry her. I do invest you jointly with my power, preeminence, and all the large effects that troop with majesty. Ourself by monthly course, with a reservation of 100 nights, by you to be sustained. We shall make our abode with you by due turn. Only we shall retain the name and all the addition to a king, which to confirm this coronet part between you.
Royal Lear, whom I have ever honored as my king, loved as my father, as my master followed.
The bow is bent and drawn. Make from the
Let
shaft!
it fall, rather, though the fork invade the region of my heart. Be Kent unmannerly when Lear is mad? What wouldst thou do, old man? Think'st thou that duty have dread to speak when power to flattery bows?
Kent on thy life, no more!
My life I never held but as a pawn to wage against thine enemies, ne'er fear to lose it, thy safety being motive.
Out of my sight!
See better, Lear, and let me still remain the true blank of thine eye.
Oh, vassal, miscreant!
You sir forbear.
Revoke thy gift, or whilst I can vent clamor from my throat, I'll tell thee thou dost evil.
Hear me, recreant. On thine allegiance, hear me. That thou hast sought to make us break our vows, which we durst never yet. Take thy reward. 5 days we do allot thee for provisions to shield thee from disasters of the world. And on the 6th, to turn thy hated back upon our kingdom. If on the next day following thy banished trunk be found in our dominions, the moment is thy death. Away!
Fare thee well, king. Sith thus thou wilt appear, freedom lives hence, and banishment is here. The God defend your shelter take thee, maid, that justly thinks and hast most rightly said. And your large speeches may your deeds approve, that good effects may spring from your words of love. Thus Kent, O princes, bids you all adieu. He'll shape his old course in a country new.
My lord of Burgundy, we first address towards you, who with this king hath rivaled for our daughter. What in the least will you require in present dower with her, or cease your quest of love?
Most royal majesty, I crave no more than hath your highness offered, nor will you tender less.
Great noble Burgundy, when she was dear to us, we did hold her so, but now her price is fallen. Sir, there she sits. She's there, and she is yours.
I know no answer.
Will you, with those infirmities she owes, unfriended, new adopted to our hate, dowered with our curse, and strangered with our oath, take her or leave her?
Pardon me, royal sir. Election makes not up in such conditions.
Well, then leave her, sir, for by the power that made me, I tell you all her wealth. For you, great king, I would not from your love make such a stray to match you where I hate. Therefore, beseech you to avert your liking a more worthier way.
This is most strange. That she, whom even but now was your object, the argument of your praise, the balm of your age, the best, the dearest, should in this trice of time commit a thing so monstrous to dismantle so many folds of favor.
I yet beseech your majesty, for I want that glib and oily art to speak, and purpose not, since what I will intend, I'll do it before I speak. That you make known it is no vicious blot, murder, or foulness, no unchaste action or dishonored step that hath deprived me of your grace and favor, but even for want of that for which I am richer, a still soliciting eye and such a tongue that I am glad I have not, though not to have it hath lost me in your liking.
Better thou hadst not been born than not to have pleased me better.
Is it but this? A tardiness in nature which often leaves to history unspoke that intends to do. My lord Burgundy, what say you to the lady? Will you have her? She is herself a dowry.
Royal king, give but that portion which you yourself proceed. And here, I'd say Cordelia by the hand, Duchess of Burgundy.
Nothing. I have sworn. I am firm.
I'm so sorry then that you must lose a father, that you must also lose a husband.
Peace be with Burgundy. Since that respect and fortunes are his love, I shall not be his wife.
Fairest Cordelia, Thou art most rich being poor, most choice forsaken, and most loved despised. Thee and thy virtues here I seize upon, thy dowerless daughter, king, thrown to my chance, is queen of us, of ours, of our fair France.
Thou hast her, France. Let her be thine. For we have no such daughter, nor shall ever see that face of hers again. Therefore, be gone. Without our grace, our love, our benison.
Bid farewell to your sisters.
The jewels of our father. With washed eyes, Cordelia leaves you. I know you what you are, and like a sister am most loath to call your faults as they are named. Love well our father. To your professed bosoms I commit him. But yet, alas, stood I within his grace, I would prefer him to a better place. So farewell to you both.
Prescribe not us our duty.
Let your study be to content your lord, who hath received you at fortune's alms. You have obedience scanted, and well are worth the want that you have wanted.
Time shall unfold what plighted cunning hides. Who covers faults, at last with shame derides. Well may you prosper.
Come, my fair Cordelia.
I think our father will hence tonight.
That's most certain. And with you, next month with us.
You see how full of changes his age is. He always loved our sister most.
'Tis the infirmity of his age.
Pray you let us sit together. If our father carries authority with such disposition as he bears, this last surrender of his will but offend us.
We shall further think on it.
We must do something, and if the heat.
Thou, nature, art my goddess. To thy law my services are bound. Wherefore should I stand in the plague of custom and permit the curiosity of nations to deprive me? For that I am 12, 14 moonshines lag a brother? Why, bastard? Wherefore base? My dimensions are as compact, my mind is generous, and my shape is true as honest madam's issue. Why brand they us with baseness, bastardy? Base. Who in the lusty stealth of nature take more composition and fierce quality than doth within a dull, stale, tired bed, got creating a whole tribe of fops? Got tween sleep and awake? Well then, legitimate Edgar, I must have your land. Our father's love is to the bastard Edmund as to the legitimate. Fine word, legitimate. Well, my legitimate. If this letter speed and my invention thrive, Edmund the base shall top the legitimate. I grow, I prosper. Now gods, stand up for bastards!
Kent banished thus, and France in call apart, and the king gone tonight, all this done upon the gad. Ed, how now? What news?
So please your lordship, none.
Why so earnestly seek you to put up that letter?
I know no news, my lord.
What paper were you reading?
Nothing, my lord.
No? What needed then that terrible dispatch of it into your pocket? The quality of nothing need not hide itself. Come, let's see. If it be nothing, then I shall not need my spectacles.
I beseech you, sir, pardon me. It is a letter from my brother that I find not fit for your looking.
Give me the letter, sir.
For my brother's justification, he wrote this, but an essay or taste of my virtue.
If our father should sleep till I waked him, you should enjoy half his revenue forever, and live the beloved of your brother Edgar. Conspiracy? Sleep till I waked him? Enjoy half his revenue? What? My son Edgar? When came he to this? Who brought it?
I found it, thrown in the casement of my closet.
Villain! Villain! Go, sirrah, seek him. I'll apprehend him. Abominable villain! Where is he?
I do not know well, my lord.
He cannot be such a monster, Edmund. Go, seek him. Out!
I will seek him, sir, presently.
These late eclipses of the sun and moon portend no good to us. Love cools, friendship falls off, brothers divide. In cities, mutinies. In countries, discord. In palaces, treason. And the bond cracked twixt son and father. Oh, this villain of mine comes under the prediction. There's son against father. And the king falls from the bias of nature. There's father against child. We have seen the best of times, Edmund. Oh, seek him out. It shall lose thee nothing, but be careful. And the true and noble-hearted cat banish her offense, honesty. Ha! 'Tis strange.
This is the excellent foppery of the world. That when we are sick in fortune, often surfeits of our own behavior, we make guilty our disasters, the sun, the moon, the stars, as if we are villains on necessity, fools of heavenly compulsion, knaves, thieves, and treachers of spherical predominance, drunkards, liars, adulterers of an enforced obedience of planetary influence, and all that we are evil in, by a divine thrusting on. I should have been that I am had on the maidenliest star in the fermented twinkle on my bastardizing. Pat, he comes.
Come now, Brother Edmund. What serious contemplation are you in?
I'm thinking, brother, of this prediction I read the other day, which should follow these eclipses.
Do you busy yourself with that?
I promise you, the effects he writes have succeed unhappily. When saw you my father last?
The night gone by.
Parted you in good terms? Found you no displeasure by him in word nor countenance?
None at all.
Bethink yourself wherein you may have offended him, and at my entreaty forbear his presence until some little time hath qualified the heat of his displeasure, which this instant so rageth in him, with the mischief of your person it would scarcely allay.
Some villain hath done me wrong.
That is my fear. I pray you, retire with me to my lodgings, from whence I will hastily bring you to hear my lord speak. Pray you, here is my key. If you do stir abroad, go armed.
Armed, brother.
I advise you to the best. I have told you what I have seen and what I've heard, but faintly, nothing to the image and horror of it.
What, shall I hear from you anon?
I do serve you in this business. Let me, if not by birth, have land by wit. All with me's meet, that I can fashion fit.
Did my father strike my gentleman, chiding of his fool?
Aye, madam.
By day and night he wrongs me. Every hour he flashes into one gross crime or other that sets us all at odds. I'll not endure it.
He's coming, madam. I hear him.
Put on what weary negligence you please, you and your fellows. I'd have it come to question, if he detested, let him to my sister, whose mind and mine, in that I know are one. Remember what I have said.
Well,
And let his knights have colder looks among you. Advise your fellows, sir. What grows of it, no matter. I'll write straight to my sister to hold our course. Prepare for dinner!
Go get it ready! How now? What art thou?
A man, sir.
What dost thou profess?
I do profess to be no less than I seem. To serve him truly that will put me in trust. To love him that is honest. To converse with him that is wise and says little. To fear judgment. To fight when I cannot choose. And to eat no fish.
What wouldst thou?
Service.
Who wouldst thou serve?
You.
Dost thou know me, fellow?
No, sir, but you have that in your countenance which I would fain call master.
What's that?
Authority.
Follow me! Thou shalt serve me. If I like thee no worse after dinner, I will not part from thee yet. Dinner! Ho! Dinner! Where's my name? My fool! Go you and call my fool hither. You, sir. Where's my daughter? What says the fellow there? Call that clockpole back! Ho! Where's my fool? I think the world's asleep! How now? Where's that mongrel?
He says, my lord, your daughter is not well.
Why not came the slave back to me when I called him? Go you, tell my daughter I would speak with her. Go you, call hither my fool. Oh, you, sir. You come hither, sir. Who am I, sir?
My lady's father.
My lady's father? You whoreson dog. You slave. You cur!
Not be stricken, my lord. Nor tripped neither.
I thank thee, fellow. Thou servest me, and I'll love thee.
Come, sir, arise away. I'll show you differences. Arise away!
Now, my friendly knave, I thank thee. There's earnest of thy service.
Let me hire him too! Here's my coxcomb.
How now, my pretty knave? How dost thou?
Sarah, you were best take my coxcomb.
Why, fool?
Why? For taking one's part that's out of favor. Nay, if thou canst not smile as the wind sits, thou wilt catch cold shortly. There, take my coxcomb. Why, this fellow has banished 2 of his daughters and did the 3rd a blessing against his will. If thou follows him, thou must needs wear my coxcomb. Oh, how now, nuncle? Would I have 2 coxcombs and 2 daughters?
Why, boy?
Why, if I gave them all my living, I'd keep my coxcombs myself. There's mine. Beg another of thy daughters.
Take heed, sirrah, the whip.
Truth's a dog must a kennel. He must be whipped out when the lady brat may stand by the fire and stink.
A pestilent gall to me.
Sirrah, I'll teach thee a speech.
Do.
Mark it, nuncle. Have more than thou showest. Speak less than thou knowest. Lend less than thou owest. Ride more than thou goest. Set less than thou trowest. Learn more than thou throwest. Leave thy drink and thy whore, and keep in a door, and thou shalt have more than 2 tenths to a score.
This is nothing, fool.
Then 'tis like the breath of an unfeed lawyer. You gave me nothing for it. Can you make no use of nothing, nuncle?
Why, no, boy. Nothing can be made out of nothing.
Prithee, tell him, so much the rent of his land comes to, he would not believe a fool.
A bitter fool!
Fools had no less grace in a year, for wise men are grown foppish, and know not their wits to wear, their manners are so apish.
When were you wont to be so full of song, Sirrah?
I have used it, nuncle, ever since thou madest thy daughters thy mothers. But when thou gavest them the rod and putst down thine own breeches.
How now, daughter? What makes that frontlet on? You are too much of late of the frown.
Oh, thou wast a pretty fellow when thou hadst no need to care for her frowning. Now thou art an O without a figure. Oh, yes, forsooth, ma'am. I will hold my tongue. Mum, this is a shelled peas cod.
Not only, sir, this your all-licensed fool, but other of your insolent retinue do hourly carp and quarrel, breaking forth in rank and not to be endured riots, sir. I had thought by making this well known to you to have found a safe redress, but now grow fearful by what yourself too late have spoke and done, that you protect this course and put it on by your allowance.
Are you our daughter?
I would you would make use of your good wisdom, whereof I know you are fraught, and put away these dispositions which of late transport you from what you rightly are.
Does any here know me? Is this not Lear? Does Lear walk thus, speak thus? Where are his eyes? Who is it that can tell me who I am?
Lear Shadow.
Your name, fair gentlewoman?
This admiration, sir, is much the savor of other your new pranks. I do beseech you to understand my purposes aright. As you are old and reverend, you should be wise. Here do keep 100 knights and squires, men so disordered, so debauched and bold, that this our court, infected with their manners, shows like a riotous inn. Epicurism and lust make it more like a tavern or brothel than a graced palace. The shame itself doth speak for instant remedy.
Darkness and devils! Prepare my horses. Call my train together. Degenerate bastard. I'll not trouble thee. Yet have I left a daughter.
You strike my people, and your disordered rabble make servants of their betters.
Woe that too late repents. Is it your will? Speak, sir. Call my train together.
Pray, sir, be patient.
Lear. Beat at this gate that let thy folly in, and thy dear judgment out.
My lord, I am guiltless as I am ignorant of what hath moved you.
It may be so, my lord. Here, nature, here, dear goddess, here. Suspend thy purpose if thou didst intend to make this creature fruitful. Into her womb convey sterility. Dry up in her the organs of increase, and from her derogate body never spring a babe to honor her. If she must teem, create a child of spleen, that it may live and be a thwart disnatured torment to her. Let it stamp wrinkles in her brow of youth, with cadent tears fret channels in her cheeks. Turn all her mother's pains and benefits to laughter and contempt, that she may feel how sharper than a serpent's tooth it is to have a thankless child. Away!
Now, God that we adore, whereof comes this?
Never afflict yourself to know more of it, but let his disposition have the scope that dotage gives it.
What? 50 of my followers at a clap within a fortnight?
What's the matter, sir?
I'll tell thee. Life and death. I am ashamed that thou hast power to shake my manhood thus, that these hot tears which break from me perforce should make thee worth them, blasts and fogs upon thee. I have another daughter. When she shall hear this of thee, with her nails she'll flay thy wolvish visage. Thou shalt find that I'll resume the shape which thou dost think I have cast off forever.
Do you mark that, my lord?
I cannot be so partial, Goneril, to the great love I bear you.
Pray you content. Oswald, I say, 100 knights? 'Tis politic and safe to let him keep at point 100 knights. Yes, on every dream each buzz fancy complaint just like that he may enguard his dotage with their powers and hold our lives in mercy. Oswald, I say!
Well, you may fear too far.
Safer than trust too far, I know his heart. What he hath uttered, I have writ my sister, if she sustain him and his 100 knights when I have showed the unfitness. How now, Oswald? Have you writ that letter to my sister?
Aye, madam.
Oh, go, get thee gone, and hasten your return.
Go you before to Gloucester with these letters.
I will not sleep, my lord, till I have delivered your letters.
Shalt see, thy other daughter will use thee kindly, for though she's like a crab's like an apple, yet I can tell what I can tell.
What canst tell, boy?
That she will taste us like this as a crab does to a crab. But thou canst tell why one's nose stands at the middle of his face?
No.
Why to keep one's eyes of either side's nose? For what a man cannot smell out, he may spy into.
I did her wrong.
Thou canst tell why an oyster makes his shell. No. The reason why the 7 stars are no more than 7 is a pretty reason.
Because they are not 8.
Yes! Indeed! That must make a good fool.
To take it again, perforce. Monster ingratitude!
If thou wert my fool, nuncle, I'd have thee beaten for being old before thy time.
How's that?
Thou should not have been old till thou hadst been wise.
Oh, let me not be mad. Not mad. Sweet heaven, keep me in temper. I would not be mad. How now? Are the horses ready?
Ready, my lord.
The Duke be here tonight? The better. Best! Briefness and fortune work! Brother, a word! Descend, brother, I say! My father watches. Oh, sir, fly this place. Information has been given where you are hid. You now have the good advantage of the night. Have you not spoken against the Duke of Cornwall?
Cornwall?
He's coming hither now, if night give haste, and Regan with him. Have nothing you said upon his party against the Duke of Albany? Advise yourself.
I am sure on, not a word.
I hear my father, pardon me. In cunning I must draw my sword upon you. Draw. Seem to defend yourself. Now pray you well. Yield! Come before my father! Light! Ho! Here! Fly, brother. Torches! Torches! So farewell. Some blood drawn on me might beget opinion. Of my more fierce endeavor, I've seen drunkards do more than this in this court. Father! Father! Stop! Stop! No! Help! Ah!
Now,
Ah!
Edmund, where's the villain?
Stood here in the dark, his sharp sword out, mumbling wicked charms, conjuring the moon to stand auspicious mistress.
Where is he?
Look, sir, I bleed.
Where is the villain, Edmund?
Fled this way, sir, but by no means he could
Pursue him! Up, go after! By no means what?
persuade me to the murder of your lordship.
Not in this land shall he remain uncaught and found. Dispatch! Hark, the Duke's trumpets. I know not where he comes. All ports I'll bar. The villain shall not escape. The Duke will grant me that. and of my land loyal and natural boy, I'll work the means to make thee king.
How now, my noble friend? Since I came hither, I've heard strange news.
If it be true, all vengeance comes too short which can pursue the offender. How doth my lord?
Oh, madam, my old heart is cracked. 'Tis cracked.
What? Did my father's godson seek your life? He, whom my father named, your Edgar.
Oh, lady, shame would have it hid.
Was he not companion to the riotous knights that tended upon my father?
I know not. 'Tis too bad, too bad.
Yes, ma'am, he was of that consort.
No marvel then, though he were ill affected. 'Tis they who have put him on the old man's death to have his expense and waste of his revenues. I have this present evening from my sister been well informed of them, and with such cautions, that if they come to sojourn at my house, I'll not be there.
Nor I, assure thee, Regan. Edmund, I hear you've shown your father a childlike office.
It was my duty, sir.
He did bewray his practice and receive the hurt, you see, striving to apprehend him.
Is he pursued?
Aye, my good lord.
If he be taken, he never more be feared of doing harm. For you, Edmund, natures of such deep trust we shall much need. You we first seize on.
I shall serve you, sir, truly. However else.
For him I thank your grace.
You know not why we came to visit you?
Our father, he hath writ, so hath our sister of differences. Our good old friend, lay comfort to your bosom, and bestow your much-needed counsel to our businesses, which craves the instant use.
Madam, I serve you. Your graces are right welcome.
Good dawning to thee, friend. Art of this house?
Aye.
Where may we set our horses?
I' the mire.
Prithee, if thou lovest me, tell me.
I love thee not.
Why then I care not for thee.
If I had thee in Lipsbury pinfold, I would make thee care for me.
Why dost thou use me thus? I know thee not.
What a monstrous fellow art thou to deny thou knowest me! Is it but 2 days since I tripped up thy heel and beat thee before the king? Draw, you rascal. You come with letters against the king. Draw, you rogue. Strike, you rascal. Help! Oh, murder! Help! Help!
Keep peace upon your lives. He dies that strikes again. What is the matter?
The messengers from our sister and the king.
Speak yet. How grew your quarrel?
This ruffian, sir, whose life I have spared.
Spared, you rat-tail?
Sirrah, you beastly knave. Have you no reverence?
Yes, sir, but anger hath privilege.
Why art thou angry?
That such a slave as this should wear a sword who wears no honesty.
How fell you out? Say that.
His countenance likes me not.
No, sir, perchance 'tis mine. Nor his, nor hers.
Sir, 'tis my occupation to be plain. I have seen better faces in my time than stand on any shoulder I see before me in this instant.
What mean'st by this?
To go out of my dialect, which you discommend so much. I know, sir, I am no flatterer.
Fetch forth the stocks. As I have life and honor, there shall he sit till noon.
Till noon, my lord? Till night, and all night, too.
Why, madam, if I were your father's dog, you should not use me so.
Sir, being his knave, I will.
This is a fellow of the self-same color our sister speaks of.
The king, his master, needs must take it ill that he so slightly valued and his messenger should have him thus restrained.
Our sister may receive it much more worse to have her gentleman abused, assaulted for following her affairs. Put in his legs.
Come, my lord, away.
Sorry for thee, friend. I'll entreat for thee.
Pray do not.
The duke's to blame in this. 'Twill be ill taken.
Fortune, good night. Smile once more, turn thy wheel.
I heard myself proclaimed, and by the happy hollow of a tree escaped the hunt. No port is free. No place that guard and most unusual vigilance does not attend my taking. Whilst I may escape, I will preserve myself, and am bethought to take the basest and most poorest shape that ever penury and contempt of man brought near to beast. My face I'll grime with filth. Blanket my loins. Elf all of my hairs in knots. And with presented nakedness, outface the winds and persecutions of the sky. The country gives me proof and precedence of bedlam beggars, who strike up in their numbed and mortified arms pins, wooden pricks, nails, sprigs of rosemary, and with this horrible object from low farms, poor pelting villages, sheepcotes and mills, sometimes with lunatic bands, sometimes with prayers, enforce their charity. Poor Tom! That's something yet. Edgar, I nothing am.
"'Tis strange that they should so depart from home and not send back my messengers.
Hail to thee, noble master!
What's he that has so much thy place mistook to set thee here?
It is both he and she, your son and daughter.
No.
Yes.
No, I say.
I say yea.
They durst not do it. They could not, would not do it. Where's this daughter?
With the Earl, sir, here within.
Follow me not, stay here.
How chanced the king come with so small a number?
If thou hast been set at the stocks for that question, thou'dst well deserved it.
Why, fool?
All that follow their noses are led by their eyes, but blind men, and there's not a nose among 20 but can smell him that's stinking.
Deny to speak with me? They are sick, they are weary, they have traveled all the night. Fetch me a better answer.
My dear lord, you know the fiery quality of the Duke.
Vengeance, plague, death, confusion. Fiery? What quality? Why, Gloucester. I speak with the Duke of Cornwall and his wife.
My dear lord, I've informed them so.
Informed them? Dost thou understand me, man?
Aye, my good lord.
The king would speak with Cornwall. The dear father would with his daughter speak. Commands, tend service. Are they informed of this? My breath and blood. Go tell the Duke and his wife I'd speak with them. Now, presently.
I would have well betwixt you.
Oh me, my heart, my rising heart, but down.
Cry to it, nuncle, as the cockney did to the eels when she put him in the paste alive. She napped him of the coxcombs with a stick and cried, "Down, wantons, down!"
Hail to your grace.
I'm glad to see your highness.
Regan, I think you are. Oh, are you free? Some other time for that. Oh, Regan, beloved Regan, thy sister's not. Oh, Regan, she hath tied sharp-toothed unkindness like a vulture here. I can scarce speak to thee. Thou'lt not believe with how depraved a quality. Oh, Regan!
I pray you, sir, take patience. I hope you less know how to value her desert than she to scant her duty.
Say, how's that?
I cannot think my sister in the least would fail her obligation.
My curses on her!
Oh, sir, you are old. Nature in you stands on the very verge of her confine. You should be ruled and led by some discretion that discerns your state better than you yourself. Therefore, I pray you, to our sister you do make return. Say that you have wronged her.
Ask her forgiveness? Do you but mark how this becomes the house? Dear daughter, I confess that I am old. Age is unnecessary. On my knees I beg that you'll vouchsafe me raiment, bed, and food.
Good sir, no more. These are unsightly tricks. Return you to my sister.
Never, Regan. She hath abated me of half my train, looked black upon me, struck me with her tongue, most serpent-like upon the very heart. All the stored vengeances of heaven fall on her ingrateful top. Strike her young bones, you taking airs, with lameness.
Fie, sir, fie.
Who put my man in the stocks?
What trumpet's that?
I know it, my sister's. This approves her letter. Bid her lady come.
This is a slave whose easy borrowed pride dwells in the sickly grace of her he follows. Out, varlet, from my sight!
What means your grace?
How came my man in the stocks? Regan, I have good hope thou didst not know on it. Who comes here? Oh, heavens. Art not ashamed that thou... Oh, Regan, will you take her by the hand?
Why not by the hand, sir? How have I offended? All's not offense that indiscretion finds in doted terms so.
Oh, sides!
No!
Will you get hold? How came my man in the stocks?
I put him there, sir, but his own disorders deserved much less advancement.
You? Did you?
I pray you, father, being weak, seems so. If... till the expiration of your month you will return and sojourn with my sister, dismissing half your train. Come then to me.
Return with her? And 50 men dismissed? I rather abjure all roofs and choose to fight against the enmity of the air, to be a comrade with the wolf and owl, necessity's sharp pinch. Return to her.
At your choice, sir.
I prithee, daughter, do not make me mad. I will not trouble thee, my child. Farewell. We'll no more meet, no more see one another. But yet, thou art my flesh, my blood, my daughter. Or rather, a disease that's in my flesh that I must needs call mine. Thou art a boil, a plague sore, or embossed carbuncle in my corrupted blood. But I'll not chide thee. I can be patient. I can stay with Regan, I and my 100 knights.
Not altogether so, sir. I look not for you yet, nor am provided for your fit welcome. Give ear, sir, to my sister, who mingles reason with your passion, who might be content to think you are old, and so she knows what she does.
Is this well spoken?
I dare avouch it, sir. What? 50 followers, is that not well? What should you need of more?
Why not you, sir, receive attendance from those that she calls servants, or from mine?
Why not, my lord? If then they chance to slack ye, we can control them. If you come to me, for now I spy a danger, I entreat you to bring but 25. To no more will I give place or notice.
I gave you all.
And in good time you gave it.
Made you my guardians, my depositaries, but kept a reservation to be followed with such a number. What, must I come to you with 25? Regan said you so?
And speak it again, my lord. No more with me.
What need you 25, 10, or 5 to follow in a house where twice so many have a command to tend you?
What need 1?
Oh, reason, not the need. Our basest beggars are in the poorest thing, superfluous. Allow not nature more than nature needs. Man's life is cheap as beasts. Thou art a lady. If only to go warm were gorgeous. Why, nature needs not what thou gorgeous wearest, which scarcely keeps thee warm. But for true need, you heavens, give me patience. That patience I need. You see me here, you gods, a poor old man, as full of grief as age, wretched in both. If it be you which stirs these daughters' hearts against their father, woo me not so much to bear it tamely. Touch me with noble anger, and let not women's weapons, water drops, stain my man's cheeks. No, you unnatural hags, I will have such revenges on you both that all the world shall. I will do such things, what they are yet I know not, but they shall be the terrors of the earth. You think I'll weep? No, I'll not weep. I have full cause for weeping, but this heart shall break into 100,000 flaws, or ere I'll weep. Oh, fool! I shall go mad!
Let us withdraw. 'Twill be a storm.
This house is little. The old man and his people cannot be well bestowed.
'Tis his own blame that has put himself from rest, and he must needs taste his folly.
For his particular, I would receive him gladly, but not one follower.
So am I purposed. Where is my Lord of Gloucester?
The king is in high rage.
Whither is he going?
He calls the horse, but whither I know not where.
'Tis best to give him way. He leads himself.
My lord entreated by no means to stay.
Alack, the night comes on, and the high winds do sorely ruffle. For miles about there's scarce a bush.
Oh, sir, to willful men, the injuries that they themselves procure must be their schoolmasters. Shut up your doors.
Shut up your doors, my lord. 'Tis a wild night. My Regan counsels well. Come out of the storm.
Alack! Alack! Edmund! I like not this unnatural dealing. When I desired their leave that I might pity him, they took from me the use of mine own house, charged me on pain of perpetual displeasure, neither to speak of him, entreat for him, nor in any way sustain him.
Oh, it's savage and unnatural.
Go to, say you nothing. There is division between the dukes, and a worse matter than that. I have received this night a letter. 'Tis dangerous to be spoken of, and I have locked the letter in my closet. These injuries that the king now bears will be revenged home. There's part of a power from France already footed. We must incline to the king. I will look him and privily relieve him. Go you and maintain talk with the duke, that my charity of him be not perceived. And if he asks for me, say I'm ill and gone to bed. And if I die for it, which no less is threatened me, the king, my old master, must be relieved. These are strange things toward it. Pray you, be careful.
This courtesy forbid thee, shall the Duke instantly know, and of the letter too. This seems a fair deserving, and must make me that which my father loses no less than all. The younger rises, and the old doth fall.
Blow, winds, and crack your cheeks. Rage, blow, you cataracts and hurricanos. Spout till you have drenched our steeples. Drown the cocks, you sulphurous and thought-executing fires. Vaunt couriers of oak-cleaving thunderbolts, singe my white head. And thou, all shaking thunder, strike flat the thick rotundity of the world. Crack nature's molds, all Germans spill at once, that make ingrateful man.
Good doctor! Hast thy daughter's blessing. Here's a knight that is neither wise man nor fool.
Rumble thy belly full, spitfires bout rain. Nor rain, wind, thunder, fire are my daughters. I tax not you, you elements, with unkindness. I never gave you kingdom, called you children. You owe me no subscription. Then let fall your horrible pleasure. Here I stand, your slave, a poor, infirm, weak, and despised old man. But yet I call you servile ministers that will with 2 pernicious daughters join your high engendered battles against a head so old and white as this. Oh, 'tis foul.
He that hath the house to put his head in has a good headpiece.
No, I will be the pattern of all patience. I will say nothing.
Who's there? Alas, sir, are you here?
Let the great gods that keep this dreadful putter o'er our heads find out their enemies now. I am a man more sinned against than sinning.
Gracious, my lord, hard by here at the house. No friendship will prevent you his contentment. Suppose you dare.
My wits begin to turn. Come, my boy. How dost thou, my boy? Art cold? I am cold myself. Where is this straw, my fellow? Come, lead us to this hovel. Poor fool and knave. I have one part in my heart that's sorry yet for thee.
Here is the place, my lord. Good, my lord, enter. The tyranny of the open night's too rough for nature to endure.
Let me alone.
Good, my lord, enter here.
Wilt break my heart?
I had rather break mine own. Good, my lord, enter.
In, boy. go first. You houseless poverty. Nay, get thee in. I'll pray, and then I'll sleep. Poor, naked wretches, wheresoe'er you are, that bide the pelting of this pitiless storm, how shall your houseless heads and unfed sides, your lopped and windowed raggedness, defend you from seasons such as these? Oh, I have ta'en too little care of this.
Oh, help me! Help me!
Who's there?
A spirit! A spirit!
What are that disgruntled there with the straw? Come forth!
Away! The foul fiend follows me. Through the sharp hawthorn blow the winds. Go to thy bed and warm thee.
Didst thou give all to thy daughters, and art thou come to this?
Who gives anything to poor Tom, whom the foul fiend hath led through fire and flame, through ford and whirlpool, o'er bog and quagmire? Bless the five wits, Tom's a cold. Oh, no-dee, 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 no-dee.
As his daughters led him to this pass? Couldst thou save nothing? Wouldst thou give 'em all?
Nay, he reserved the blanket, else we had been all shamed.
Now all the plagues that in the pendulous air hang, faded o'er men's faults, light on thy daughters.
He hath no daughters, sir.
Death, traitor! Nothing could have subdued nature to such a lowness than his unkind daughters. Is it the fashion that discarded fathers would have such little mercy on their flesh? Judicious punishment! 'Twas this flesh begot those pelican daughters.
This cold night will turn us all to fools and madmen.
Obey thy parents. Keep thy words justice. Swear not. Commit not with man's sworn spouse.
Is man no more than this? Consider him well. Thou owest the worm no silk, the beast no hide, the sheep no wool, the cat no perfume. Huh? Here's three ones are sophisticated. Thou art the thing itself. Unaccommodated man is no more but such a poor, bare, forked animal as thou art. Off, off, you lendings! Come, unbutton here.
Prithee, nuncle, be contented. 'Tis a naughty night to swim in.
Who's there? What is to seek?
What are you there? Your names?
Poor Tom, who is whipped from tithing to tithing. How poor Tom the cold.
Go in with me. My duty cannot suffer to obey your daughter's hard commands, though their injunction be for me to bar my doors and let this tyrannous night take hold upon you. Yet have I ventured out to seek you out and bring you where both fire and food is ready.
First, let me talk with this philosopher.
Importune him once more to go, my lord. His wits begin to unsettle.
I do beseech your grace.
Oh, cry you mercy, sir. Noble philosopher, your company.
Tom's a cold.
Go in there.
Come.
Into the hovel.
Let's in all.
This way, my lord.
With him. I'm still with my philosopher.
Good, my lord, soothe him. Let him take the fellow.
Take him you out.
Come on, Sirrah, go along with us.
Come, good Athenian.
No words. No words.
My lord, I may be censored that nature thus give way to loyalty. This is the letter which he spoke of, which approves him an intelligent party to the advantages of France. Oh heavens, this treason were not, nor not I, the detector.
I will have my revenge ere I depart this house.
If the matter on this paper be certain.
True or false, it hath made thee Earl of Gloucester. Seek out where thy father is, that he may be ready for our apprehension.
Here is better than the open air. Take it thankfully. I will piece out the comfort with what addition I can. I will not be long from you.
The gods reward your kindness.
Prithee, uncle, tell me whether a madman is be a gentleman or a yeoman.
A king! A king!
No, he's a yeoman that has gentleman to his son. For he's a mad yeoman that sees his son a gentleman before him.
To have 1,000 with red burning spits come hissing in upon him.
Bless thy 5 wits.
Pity, sir. Where is the patience now you so oft have boasted to retain?
The little dogs and all. Tray, Blanche, sweetheart, see, they bark at me.
Poor Tom, thy horn is dry.
And let them anatomize Regan. See what breeds about her heart. Is there any cause in nature that makes these hard hearts? You, sir, I entertain for one of my 100. Only I do not like the fashion of your garments. You will say they are Persian. Let them be changed.
Now, good my lord, lie here and rest a while.
Make no noise. Make no noise. Draw the curtains. So, we'll go to supper in the morning.
And I'll go to bed at noon.
Come hither, fellow. Where is the king, my master?
Here, sir, but trouble him not. His wits are gone.
Good friend, take him in thy arms. I have overheard a plot of death upon him. Take him. Take him. Follow me.
Go speedily to my lord your husband, show him this letter. The army of France has landed. Seek out the traitor Gloucester.
Hang him instantly.
Pluck out his eyes.
Leave him to my displeasures. Edmund, keep your sister company. The revenges we are bound to take upon thy traitor's father are not fit for your beholding. Farewell, dear sister. Farewell, my lord of Gloucester. How now? Where's the king?
My lord of Gloucester hath conveyed him hence. Some 35 and 30 of his knights are gone with him towards Dover, where they boast to have well-armed friends.
Farewell, sweet lord, and my sister.
Edmund, farewell. Seek out the traitor Gloucester, pinion him like a thief, bring him before us! Though well we may not pass upon his life without form of justice, yet our power shall do curtsy to our wrath, which men may blame, but not control. Who's there? The traitor?
Ingrateful fox, 'tis he.
Bind fast his croaky arms.
What means your graces? Good friends, consider you're my guests. Do me no foul play, friends.
Bind him, I say.
Hard! Oh, filthy traitor.
Unmerciful lady, as you are, I'm none.
To this chair, bind him! Villain, thou shalt see no mercy.
By the kind gods! 'Tis most ignobly done to pluck me by the beard.
So white, and such a traitor.
Naughty lady, these hairs which thou dost ravish from my chin will quicken and accuse thee. I'm your host. With robbers' hands, my hospitable favors you should not ruffle thus. What will you do?
Come, sir, what letters had you late from France?
Be Sibyl answered, for we know the truth.
And what confederacy have you with the traitors late-footed in the kingdom?
To whose hands have you sent the lunatic king? Speak!
I have a letter guessingly set down from one who's of a neutral heart and not from one opposed.
Cunning.
And false.
Where hast thou sent the king?
To Dover!
Wherefore to Dover? Was thou not charged at peril?
Wherefore to Dover, sir? Let him answer that.
Wherefore to Dover, sir?
Because I would not see thy cruel nails pluck out his old eyes, but I shall see the winged vengeance overtake such children.
See it shalt thou never! Fellows, hold the chair. upon these eyes of thine. I'll set foot.
One side will mock another, the other too.
If you see vengeance.
Hold your hand, my lord! I have served you ever since I was a child, but better service have I never done you than now to bid you hold.
How now, you dog!
If you did wear a beard upon your chin, I'd shake it on this quarrel. What do you mean?
My villain.
Nay then, come on and take the chance of anger.
Sword. Peasant, stand up thus!
My lord, you have one eye left to see some mischief on him.
Lest it see more. Prevent it. Out, vile jelly! Where is thy luster now?
All dark and comfortless. There's my son Edmund. Edmund, enkindle all the sparks of nature to quit this horrid act.
Out, treacherous villain. Thou callest upon him that hates thee. It was he that made those overtures of thy treasons to us, which are, who is too good to pity thee.
Oh, my follies. Then Edgar was abused. Kind gods, forgive me that and prosper him.
Go, thrust him out at gates, and let him smell his way to Dover.
How is it, my lord?
I have received a hurt. Follow me, lady. Give me your arm.
Away, good friend, be gone.
You cannot see your way.
I have no way, and therefore want no eyes. I stumbled when I saw.
How now? Who's there?
Is it a beggar man?
Madman, and beggar too.
In the last night's storm, I such a fellow saw, which made me think a man, a worm. My son came then into my mind, but my mind was scarce friends with him. I have heard more since. As flies to wanton boys, are we to the gods. They kill us for their sport.
Bless thee, master.
Is that the naked fellow?
Aye, my lord.
Go, get thee away. If for my sake thou wilt overtake us a mile or twain in the way toward Dover, do it for ancient love, and bring some clothing for this naked soul whom I'll entreat to lead me.
Alack, sir, he is mad.
It is the time's plague, when madmen lead the blind. Do as I tell thee, or rather do thy pleasure, but above the rest, be gone.
Bring him the best apparel that I have. Come on to what will.
Sirrah! Naked fellow!
Tom's a cold.
Come hither, fellow!
Bless thy sweet eyes. They bleed.
Knowest thou the way to Dover?
Aye, both stile and gate, horseway and footpath. Poor Tom hath been scared out of his good wits. Bless thee, good man's son, from the foul fiend.
Here, Take this purse. Dost thou know Dover?
Aye, master.
There is a cliff, whose high and bending head looks fearfully into the confined deep. Bring me but to the very brim of it, and from that place I'll know leading need.
Give me your arm. Poor Tom shall lead thee.
Back, Edmund, to my brother. Hasten his musters and conduct his powers. I must change names at home and give this distaff into my husband's hands. This trusty servant shall pass between us. Ere long you are like to hear, if you dare venture in your own behalf, a mistress's command. Wear this. Spare speech. This kiss, if it durst speak, would stretch thy spirits up into the air, conceive and fare thee well.
Yours in the ranks of death.
My most dear Gloucester. Oh, the difference of man and man. To thee a woman's services are due. A fool usurps my body.
Madam, here comes my lord.
The whistling.
Oh, Goneril, you are not worth the dust the rude wind blows in your face.
Milk-livered man that bearest a cheek for blows, a head for wrong, that has not in thy brow an eye discerning thine honor from thy suffering.
See thyself, devil. Proper deformity seems not in the fiend so horrid as in woman.
Oh, vain fool!
What news?
Oh, my good lord, the Duke of Cornwall's dead, slain by his servant on his way to put out the other eye of Gloucester.
Gloucester's eyes?
A servant that he bred, thrilled with remorse, opposed against the act, bending his sword to his great master.
This shows you are above, you justices, that these are nether crimes so speedily can venge. But oh, poor Gloucester, lost he his other eye?
Both, my lord. This letter, madam, craves a speedy answer.
I'll read an answer.
Ha! 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 Ha!
A sentry send forth. Ha! Search every acre in the high-grown field and bring him to our eye. Oh, dear father, it is thy business that I go about. No blown ambition doth our arms incite, but love, dear love, and our aged father's right.
But are my brother's powers set forth?
Aye, madam.
Himself in person there?
Madam, much ado, your sister is the better soldier.
Lord Edmund spake not with your lord at home.
No, madam.
What might import my sister's letter to him?
I know not, lady.
Faith, he is posted hence on serious matter.
I must needs after him, madam, with my letter.
Stay with us. The ways are dangerous.
I may not. My lady charged my duty in this business.
Why should she write to Edmund? Might not you transport her purposes by word? We like some things I know not what. I'll love thee much, Let me unseal the letter. I know your lady does not love her husband. I am sure of that. And as of her late being here, she gave such strange glances and most speaking looks to noble Edmund. I know she is of your bosom. I speak in understanding. You are. I know it. Therefore, I do advise you, take this note. My lord is dead. Edmund and I have talked, and more convenient is he for my hand than for your lady's. So, fare you well. If you do chance to hear of that blind traitor, preferment falls on him that cuts him off.
Come, sir. Here's the place. Stand still. How fearful and dizzy 'tis to cast one's eyes so low.
Set me where you stand.
Give me your hand. You are now within a foot of the extreme verge. For all beneath the moon would I not leap upright.
Let go my hand. Here, friend, is another purse. In it a jewel well worth a poor man's taking. Fairies and gods prosper it with thee. Now, go thou further off. Bid me farewell and let me hear thee going.
Gone, sir. Farewell.
Oh, ye mighty gods, this great world I do renounce, and in thy sights shake patiently my great affliction off. Oh, if Edgar lived, bless him. Now, fellow, fare thee well.
Gone, sir. Farewell.
Oh, you, sir. Friend, hear you, sir. Speak.
Away, and let me die.
Hadst thou been aught but gossamer, feathers, air, thy life's a miracle. Speak yet again.
What? Have I fallen or no?
From the dread summit of this chalky bourne, do but look up.
Alack, I have no eyes.
Oh, no eyes. Give me your arm. Up. So. How is't? Feel you your legs? You stand.
Too well. Too well.
This is above all strangeness. Upon the crown of the cliff. What thing was that which parted from you?
A poor unfortunate beggar.
No, they cannot touch me for crying. I am the king himself. Nature's above art in that respect. There's your press money. That fellow handles his bow like a crow keeper. Draw me a clothier's yard. Look, a mouse. Peace. This piece of toasted cheese will do it. There's my gauntlet. I'll prove it on a giant. Bring up the brown bills. Oh, well flown, bird. In the clout. Give the word.
Sweet marjoram.
Pass.
I know that voice.
Ha! Goneril with a white beard? They flattered me like a dog and told me I had the white hairs in my beard ere the black ones were there. They told me I was everything. 'Tis a lie. I am not ague-proof.
The trick of that voice I do remember, Ma. Is it not the king?
Aye, every inch a king. When I do stare, see how the subject quakes. I pardoned that man's life. What was thy cause? Adultery? Thou shalt not die. Die for adultery? No, the wren goes to it. The small gilded fly doth lecher in my sight. Let copulation thrive. For Gloucester's bastard son was kinder to his father than were my daughters got twin lawful sheets. To it, luxury, pell-mell, for I lack soldiers. Give me an ounce of civet, good apothecary, sweeten my imagination. There's money for thee.
Let me kiss thy hand.
Let me wipe it first. It smells of mortality.
Dost thou know me?
I remember thine eyes well enough. Dost thou squinty at me? Read thou this challenge. Mark but the penning of it.
Were all thy words suns, I could not see.
Read!
What? With a case of mine eyes?
Oh, ho! Are you there with me? No eyes in your head, nor no money in your purse? Your eyes are in a heavy case, your purse in a light. Yet you see how this world goes.
I see it feelingly.
What, art mad? A man may see the world with no eyes. Get thee glass eyes, and like a scurvy politician seem to see the things that thou dost not. Now, if thou wilt weep my fortunes, take my eyes. I know thee well enough. Thy name is Gloucester. Thou must be patient. We came crying hither. Thou knowest the first time we smell the air, we wail and cry. I will preach to thee. Mark!
Alack the day.
When we are born, we cry that we are come to this great stage of fools. This a good block. It were a delicate stratagem to shoe a troop of horse with felt. I'll put it in proof. And when I have stolen upon these son-in-laws, then kill.
Oh, here he is! Lay hands upon him! Sir, your most dear daughter.
No rescue? What, a prisoner? I am even the natural fool of fortune. Use me well. You shall have ransom. Let me have surgeons. I am cut to the brains.
You shall have anything.
No seconds? All myself? I will die bravely, like a smug bridegroom. What? I will be jovial. Come, I am a king. Masters, know you that?
You are a royal one, and we obey you.
And there's life in it. Come, and you get it. You shall get it by running.
Give me thy hand. I'll lead thee to some biting.
Hearty thanks.
A proclaimed prize, most happy. That eyeless head of thine was first framed flesh to raise my fortunes. Thou old, unhappy traitor! Briefly thyself remember. The sword is out that must destroy thee.
Now, let thy friendly hand put strength enough to it.
Gentlemen, go your way and let poor folks pass.
Out, dunghill! slave, thou hast slain me. Villain, take my purse and give the letter which thou find'st about me to Edmund, Earl of Gloucester.
What? Is he dead?
Sit down, Father. Rest you. He's dead.
Edmund, let our vows be remembered. Cut him off, your wife, so I would say, Goneril.
Give me your hand.
How does the king?
So please your majesty that we may wake the king. He hath slept long.
Be governed by your knowledge and proceed in this way of your own will.
In the heaviness of sleep we put fresh garments on him. Be by, good madam. When we do wake him, I doubt of his temperance.
Very well. Oh, my dear father, restoration, hang thy medicine on my lips, and let this kiss repair those violent harms that my two sisters have in thy reverence made. Had you not been their father, these white flakes did challenge pity of them. Was this a face to be opposed against the warring winds? Mine enemy's dog, though he had bit me, should have stood that night against my fire. And wast thou fain, poor father, to hovel thee with swine and rogues forlorn, in short and musty straw? Alack, alack, 'tis wonder that thy life and wits at once had not concluded all. He wakes. Speak to him.
Madam, do you. 'Tis fittest.
How does my royal lord? How fares your majesty?
You do me wrong to take me out of the grave. Thou art a soul in bliss, but I am bound upon a wheel of fire, that mine own tears do scald like molten lead.
Sir, do you know me?
You are a spirit, I know. Where did you die?
Still far wide.
He's scarce awake. Let him alone a while.
Where have I been? Where am I? Fair daylight. I am mightily abused. I should even die with pity to see another thus. I know not what to say. I will not swear. These are my hands. Let's see. I feel this pinprick. Would I were assured of my condition.
Oh, look upon me, sir, and hold your hand in benediction o'er me. You must not kneel.
Pray, do not mock me. I am a very foolish, fond old man. And to deal plainly, I fear I am not in my perfect mind. Methinks I should know you, and know this man. Yet I am doubtful, for I am mainly ignorant what place this is. and all the skill I have remembers not these garments, nor I know not where I did lodge last night. Do not laugh at me, for as I am a man, I think this lady to be my child, Cordelia.
And so I am. I am.
Be your tears wet? Yes, Faith, I pray, weep not. If you have poison for me, I will drink it. I know you do not love me, for your sisters have, as I do remember, done me wrong. You have some cause, they have not.
No cause. No cause.
Am I in France?
In your own kingdom, sir.
Do not abuse me.
Be comforted, good madam. The great rage you see is killed in him, and yet there is danger to make him even o'er the time he has lost. Desire him to go in.
Will't please your highness walk?
You must bear with me. Pray you now. Forget and forgive. I am old and foolish.
Now, my sweet lord, you know the goodness that I intend upon you, but tell me truly, but then speak the truth. Do you not love my sister?
In honored love.
But have you never found my brother's way to the forfended place?
His thought abuses you.
I am doubtful that you have been conjunct and bosomed with her.
No, by mine honor, madam.
I never shall endure her. Dear my lord, be not familiar with her.
Fear me not. She and the Duke, her husband.
Our very loving sister, well be met. Sir, this I heard the king has come to his daughter with others whom the rigor of our state forced to cry out.
Why is this reasoned?
Combined together against the enemies, for these domestic and particular broils are not the question here.
Let us then determine with the ancient of war on our proceeding.
I will attend you presently.
Sister, you'll go with us?
No!
'Tis most convenient. Pray, go with us.
Oh, I know the riddle. I will go.
Check on our soldier's position. Don't give me lunch. Straw me on right.
If ever your grace had speech with man so poor, hear me one word.
Speak.
Before you go to battle, ope this letter. If you have victory, let the trumpet cry for him that brought it. Wretched though I seem, I can produce a champion that will prove what is avouched there. Fortune love you.
Stay till I have read the letter.
I was forbid it. When the time shall pass. Let but the trumpet cry, and I'll appear again.
worthy sisters have sworn my love, each jealous of the other, as the stung are to the adder. Which of them shall I take? Both? One? Or neither? Neither can be enjoyed if both remain alive. To take the widow exacerbates, makes mad her sister Goneril, and hardly shall I carry out my side, her husband being alive. Now then, we'll use his countenance for the battle. With that done, let her who would be rid of him devise his speedy taking off. As for the mercy he plans to Lear and Cordelia, with the battle won and they within our power, never shall they see his mercy. For my state stands to defend, not to debate.
Away, old man, give me thy head. King Lear hath lost, his daughter taken. Give me thy arm.
No further, sir. A man may rot even here.
What, in ill thoughts again? Men must endure their going hence, even as their coming hither. Rightness is all. Come on.
That's true.
We are not the first who with best meaning have incurred the worst. For thee, oppressed king, I am cast down. Myself could else outfrown false fortune's frown. Shall we not see these daughters and these sisters?
No. Come, let's away to prison. We two alone will sing like birds in the cage. When thou dost ask me blessing, I'll kneel down and ask of thee forgiveness. So we'll live and pray and sing and tell old tales and laugh at gilded butterflies and hear poor rogues talk of court news. And we'll talk with them too, who loses and who wins, who's in, who's out, and take upon us the mystery of things as if we were God's spies. And we'll wear out in a walled prison pacts and sects of great ones that ebb and flow by the moon. Take it away. Upon such sacrifices, my Cordelia, the gods themselves throw incense. Have I caught thee? But he that parts us shall bring a brand from heaven and fire us hence like foxes. Wipe thine eyes. The good years shall devour them, flesh and fell, ere they shall make us weep. We'll see 'em starved first.
Come hither, private heart. Take thou this note, go follow them to prison. Thy great employment will not bear question. Either say thou do this, or thrive by other means.
I'll do it, my lord.
About it. And
right happy when thou hast done.
Sir, you have showed today your valiant strain, and fortune led you well. You have the captives who are the opposite of this day's strife. I do require them of you.
Sir, I thought it fit to send the old and miserable king to some retention. With him, I sent the queen. And they are ready tomorrow or at further space to appear where you shall hold your session. At this time, we sweat and bleed. The friend hath lost his friend. And the best quarrels in the heat are curs by those that feel their sharpness. The question of Cordelia and her father require a fitter place.
Sir, by your patience, I hold you but a subject of this war, not as a brother.
He led our powers, bore the commission of my place in person, the which immediacy may well stand up and call itself your brother.
Not so hot. In his own grace he doth exalt himself more than in your addition.
In my rights, by me invested, he can pierce the best.
That were the most, if he should husband you.
Gestures do oft prove prophets.
Hola, the eye that told you so looked but a squint.
Lady, I am not well, else I should answer thee from a full-flowing stomach.
General, take thou my soldiers, prisoners.
Patrimony, dispose of them, of me. The walls is thine. Witness the world that I create thee here, my lord
and master.
Mean you to enjoy him then?
No, let alone lies not in your good will.
Nor in thine, lord.
Half-blooded fellow, yet!
Let the drums strike and prove my title thine.
Say yet, hear reason. Edmund, I arrest thee on capital treason, and in thy arrest this guilted servant.
An interlude.
Thou art armed, Gloucester. Let the trumpet sound. And if no person appear to prove upon thy person thy heinous, manifest, and many treasons, there's my challenge. I'll mark it on thy heart ere I taste bread. Thou art in nothing less than I have here proclaimed thee.
Oh, sick. If not, I ne'er trust the poison.
There's my exchange. What in the world he is names me traitor, villain like he lies. I will maintain my truth and honor firmly.
Oh, my sickness, it grows upon me. Oh.
She's not well, convey her to my tent. Let the trumpet sound. If any man of quality or degree within the lists of the army will maintain that Edmund, supposed Earl of Gloucester, is a manifold traitor, let him appear by the third sound of the trumpet. He is bold in his defense.
Draw thy sword. Thou art a traitor, false to thy gods, thy brother, and thy father.
Back do I toss these treasons to thy head. This sword of mine shall give them instant way, where they shall rest forever.
Thou art not vanquished, but cozened and beguiled.
your mouth, dame, or with this paper shall I stop it. Thou art worse than any name. Read thine own evil. No tearing, lady, I perceive you know it.
Say if I do. The laws are mine, not thine. Who can arraign me for't?
Most monstrous! Knowest thou this paper?
Ask me not what I know.
Go after her, she's desperate. Govern her.
What you have charged me with, that have I done, and more, much more. Time will bring that out. But what art thou?
Let's exchange charity. I am no less in blood than thou art, Edmund. If more, the more thou hast wronged me. My name is Edgar, and thy father's son.
Wheel has come full circle. I'm here.
Help! Help! Oh, help! It's hot. It smokes. It came even from the heart of... Oh, she's dead!
Who dead? Speak!
Your lady. Sir, your lady. And her sister by her is poisoned. She confesses it.
I was contracted to them both.
Here comes the banished Kent, who is disguised, followed his enemy king, and did him proper service for a play.
I've come to bid my king and master aye good night. Is he not here?
Speak, Edmund. Where's the king, and where's Cordelia?
I pant for life. Some good I mean to do. Quickly send, be brief in it, to thy castle, for my writ is on the life of Lear and on Cordelia, and they send in time.
Run! Run! Oh, run!
The private, he hath commission from thy wife and me to hang Cordelia in the prison, to lay the blame upon her own despair that she forbid herself. How? Oh, you are men of stones. Had I your tongues and eyes, I'd use them so that heaven's vault will crack. She's gone forever. I know when one is dead and when one lives. She's dead as earth. Lend me a looking glass. If that her breath will mist or stain the stone, why, then she lives.
Is this the promised end?
Or image of that horror?
Fall and cease.
This feather stirs. She lives. If it be so, it is a chance which makes all sorrows that ever I have felt. Prithee away.
'Tis noble Kent, your friend.
A plague upon you, murderers, traitors all. I might have saved her. Now, she's gone forever. Cordelia, stay a little. Her voice was ever soft, gentle and low, an excellent thing in woman. I killed the slave that was a hanging bee.
It's true, my lords, he
Did I not, fellow? I have seen the day. With my good biting falchion, I would have made him skip. I am old now, and these same crosses spoil me. Who are you? Mine eyes are not of the best, I'll tell you straight. Are you not Kent?
The same. Your servant kent that from the first of difference and decay have followed your sad steps.
You are welcome hither.
Nor no man else. All's cheerless, dark, and deadly. Your eldest daughters have fordone themselves and desperately are dead.
Aye, so I think.
He knows not what he says, and vain is it that we present us to him.
Edmund is dead, my lord.
That's but a trifle here.
And my poor fool is hanged. No life? Why should a dog, a horse, a rat have life, and thou no breath at all? Thou to come no more. Never. 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 Pray you, sir, undo this button. Thank you, sir. Do you see this? Look on her. Look. Her lips. Look there. Look there.
He faints. My lord, my lord.
Oh, break, heart, I prithee, break!
Look up, my lord.
Vex not his ghost. Oh, let him pass. He hates him that would upon the rack of this tough world stretch him out any longer.
He's gone indeed.
The wonder is he hath endured so long, but usurped his life. I have a journey, sir, shortly to go. My master calls me, and I must not say no.
The weight of this time we must obey. Speak what we feel, not what we ought to say. The oldest hath borne most. We that are young have never seen so much, nor lived so long.